Guys, what's good? It's your boy Phil. Attack on Titan 137. The chapter's out. It's been out. Go read it. Go check it out. Go see what you think of it. One of the most polarizing and weird shit. I do not know if I've ever seen the community this divided over a single chapter, over a sequence of chapters. I know there's a lot of people who have not enjoyed the last 3 or so chapters, and this chapter, for most of you guys, was just the icing on the cake. Not a lot of people happy with this chapter, and I let it sit. I saved it as a draft. I let this chapter marinate, and I've come back and I've decided to draw a conclusion, to develop my own opinion on this chapter and see what I really think about this chapter, because there was so much major things, whether you like it or not. There were so many big things that happened in this chapter, so many, decisive events in this single chapter that it's kind of important. You kind of can't talk about this chapter. I know it's like two Attack on Titan videos in a row and shit, and there's gonna be another one this Sunday because there's another episode coming out. It's Attack on Titan season, man. You know what it is. It's been Attack on Titan season for a while, and it's gonna stay that way until March at least, or until we get some more anime juicy stuff. But nevertheless, this chapter 137, crazy chapter. I know I heard from a lot of you guys that you guys did not like it at all. Some of you guys liked it. I have mixed feelings about it, and there's a lot of things I want to talk about. Just off the list I just wrote up right now. All the Titans coming back. Zeke. We gotta talk about Zeke. We gotta talk about Zeke. Nobody dying. Eren, Reiner potentially dying. Ymir, all that stuff, all the big things that happened last chapter. I want to talk about it, and I want to hear what you guys have to say about them. And right off the bat, before I even start this video, Eren's not dead. I hope we all know that Eren's not dead. No, if I'm eating these words in a month and he's actually dead, I'm gonna be so pissed. But no, Eren's not dead, man. Just stop. He's not dead. If we don't see a body, it didn't happen. Sure, he got nuclear bombed by the boy Armin, but he's not dead. No, I really hope he's not. But without further ado, let's talk about this chapter. Guys, 137, theories, discussion, ideas, all that bullshit. Let's do this shit. I want to start this video off with Zeke. Because I think this is the thing that most people are disagreeing with and most people are disappointed with. And for me, personally, this is the thing in this chapter that really stuck out, is not making a whole lot of sense, and really Zeke is kind of the focus of this chapter. This is basically Zeke's chapter, and it revolves around him. The whole chapter revolves around him. First off, we have Zeke. We have him in the paths. He's building sandcastles. He's doing his shit. The boy Armin walks up to him. He says, "Hey, what the hell are you doing here?" He's over here. He's depressed. My dude is done. He's lost all hope in anything. His euthanasia plan. He's talking about the Cambrian explosion. He's talking about organisms and multicellular organisms and all that shit. And you see some crazy shit. He's on a whole other tangent, a whole other wavelength. But eventually, what happens through rhetoric, through persuasion, through talking, my boy Armin convinces Zeke to, hey, let's stop Eren. Why not? That's basically what happens. Armin convinces Zeke to change his ways. He shows him a leaf, and then it turns into a baseball. He says, "Hey, here's a baseball." He remembers back to Kruger. He's playing catch. He says, "Hey, I want to play catch again." And yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens in the paths. Armin manages to convince Zeke to switch up and take down Eren together. That's what happens. And I know there's people saying that this is really out of character, or this is really in character, but for me, this is out of character, man. That's my thoughts. That's my opinion. I don't know, man. It's too good to be true. It's really too good to be true to just have Zeke switch up like that. That might just be me. That's how I feel about it, though. So you have Zeke switching up, and you have all the past iterations of the Titans switching up. Berthold, Marcel, Porco, Kruger's in there. Grisha's in there, I think. That's another thing on its whole other spectrum. But All these guys switch up and they start taking down the other forms of the 9 Titans. It's a cool moment. It is a badass moment. I tell you right now, it's badass seeing all these other Titans that we know of, all these forms. Even Ymir is there, the other Ymir. She's kicking ass too. It's a cool moment, and it's gonna be sick in the anime. But it doesn't make sense. It makes sense, like, logically, that they didn't really die, that the paths is the land where you don't die. It makes sense that they're still alive and that they can control their Titan forms. But it just doesn't sit right, man. It doesn't sit right, and I agree on these 2 points. I agree with these 2 for sure. I agree that it doesn't make sense that Zeke switched up, and it makes sense that the Titans switched up, like, theoretically, but it doesn't sit right. It doesn't sit right with me, and apparently it doesn't sit right with a lot of you guys. Nevertheless, though, the Titans switching up is badass. Could it have been done differently? Maybe. If it was my boy Armin convincing Ymir, the founder Ymir, maybe, if Ymir's in the path still and Armin shows up and talks to Ymir and he's like, hey, stop these Titans, switch them up, we gotta stop this shit right now, that would make more sense. That would sit better with me than if it was Zeke that my boy Armin was using his rhetoric on. But yeah, that's what happens, and you can't change what happens. So that's what happened. Those are the 2 things that are pissing a lot of people off the most, I think. And those are the 2 points that don't sit well with me the most, for sure. Yeah. Questionable stuff. There's a lot of talk about Zeke's death as well. The boy Zeke finally dies. Like I said, this chapter was basically dedicated to Zeke. This was the Zeke chapter. He gets persuaded by Armin to, switch up. Zeke pops out. Disgusting. The way this dude Zeke showed up, he showed up basically on some Evangelion shit. This dude pops up out of a little vertebrae of my boy Eren, pops up in like some semi-pseudo-Titan human form. Giant Zeke is there. He's like, hey, Levi, come cut off my head. And then Levi cuts off his head, which, again, is badass. It's a badass moment. It's going to be sick seeing my boy Levi just slice off his head on some samurai shit, slice his head off in the anime. That shit's going to slap. The colored versions, I've seen of it already, slap. It's cool. It's a sick moment. However, it's, like I said before, it's really fucking weird that this boy Zeke just decided to cave in, decided to throw away all his past goals and, ambitions and all that shit, and just give up his body to Levi. Does it wrap up Zeke's character arc? Yes, it does. We always knew Levi was going to kill Zeke. We knew it was going to happen. But did I expect it to happen like this? No. I don't think a lot of us expected it to happen like this. For the boy Zeke to just give up his body to Levi and Levi cut off his head. No. I don't think I thought this was going to happen. Now, there's a lot of talk, a lot of theories, a lot of discussion about reincarnation. And reincarnation, if you guys know me, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that in my animes, in my mangas, man. I'm not a fan of reincarnation when it comes to that stuff, man. And there's a lot of talk that might be what's going on here in Attack on Titan. A lot of talk about possibly Historia's child getting the Beast Titan. Possibilities of my boy Zeke being reincarnated, some shit like that. Listen, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet on those theories. Those are some crazy theories. They might be right. They're very plausible. I'm not there yet. I don't want to touch that shit yet. But if that's what's going on here, that's crazy shit. That's messed up shit, and I don't know if I could develop an opinion on that yet. But nevertheless, Zeke is dead, and there was talk in this chapter about reincarnation. He's talking about, man, I would love to go and play some catch yet again. Listen, I said it in the live read 2 days ago, 3 days ago. I said it there. I'll say it again. I don't want reincarnation. I really don't want that, man. Really don't want that. But if that's what happens, then so be it. And that's where we leave off with Zeke and Levi's little arc there. Zeke is dead, and Levi's whole character arc. Levi's done. Levi's done. He can die now if he really had to. He can live. It doesn't matter. He's done. Levi is done. He's still injured. I don't see Levi doing anything else, if I'm being real with you. I don't see Levi in these last 2 chapters contributing to anything. Maybe like getting carried by someone like Connie. I said that a while ago. That hasn't panned out like that. He was over there protecting Gabby. If you saw that, that was kind of funny. That was a cool panel. But yeah, Levi's done. Does he live? Maybe. Does he die? Maybe. There's definitely going to be death. I have a feeling there's going to be some death in the next 2 chapters. But I think Levi's good. I think Levi's good, man. He might live. He might live. Maybe he'll die because, you know, he kind of wants to die, I feel, but a lot of people want to die in Attack on Titan. Hey, speaking about death, how about we talk about how nobody died in the peak of the rumbling. The peak of the rumbling. 1v1 with Eren, face to face. We're hanging out on this dude's spine in his rib cage. He summons all the iterations of the 9 Titans, and nobody died. Nobody died, man. That is a feat. You guys just flawless. Yo, you guys just did all Skulls Halo 2, bro. You guys flawless the fucking Eren raid, bro. I don't know how this happens. For me, personally, this is a point that I saw a lot in the forums I was in the Discords and the Reddits. I saw people talking about this a lot, how nobody died in the peak of the rumbling. Now, obviously, the rumbling has been like a span of a few chapters. You had Hanj who died. You had Magath who died. A lot of people died building up to this climax of the rumbling. But when we got to the climax, nobody died. And you had moments where you thought maybe Connie could die. Maybe Piet could die 2 chapters ago when she got spired. You never know. But everybody made it out alive. Everyone's on the boy Falco's back right now and flying out of there, besides Reiner, who will probably die by the end of this series. Man, that is insane. Now, like I said, I'm indifferent to this. This point doesn't really sway me that much. I don't really care that much that nobody died during the peak of the rumbling. And like I said earlier, the boy Eren is probably still alive. The rumbling possibly can continue still. And I think we're going to see a death. I think we're going to see at least 2 major deaths. My predictions, personally, listen, if you guys know me, my predictions lie in no logic whatsoever. I think the 2 people who are going to die in Attack on Titan, main characters, I think the 2 people that are going to die, I think it's going to be Eren, I think it's going to be Eren and Mikasa. Those are the 2 people I think I'm going to die. It's not going to happen, but if it happens, you can come here, you can clip this, you can see me saying all this bullshit. That's who I think is going to die. Nevertheless, nobody died. And there's probably going to be someone who dies next chapter, though. So, be on it. So, main points to take from this video. Eren isn't dead. Eren is not dead. Mikasa's arc isn't done yet. Eren's arc isn't done yet. Ymir, still questions left to be answered about Ymir, the founder Ymir. Characters who are done. Zeke's arc is done. Levi's arc is done. I think I would tell you John's arc is done. Because, you know, he kind of had his moment too. Blowing up the boy Eren's neck. That was a big John moment. But John is on top of my list for people who I think are gonna survive. I think he is 90% sure to survive the whole rumbling. For sure. 100%. I think John is gonna live. Connie's arc has been done. I don't know what's up with that dude. That dude is unpredictable. I would have killed this dude chapters ago. He's still good. He's still alive. Who else you got? Oh, man. You got the girl Annie. You got the girl Annie and you got the boy Armin. Armin is a key, man. Armin is key to a lot of this. Key to the whole story. Slowly but surely, we've had the progression of protagonists in Attack on Titan. We had, obviously, my boy Eren, the main protagonist for majority of the series. Season 4, you start to see a lot of Reiner's point of view, all the struggles he's going through, the Marley arc, everything after it. Reiner becomes such an important part of Attack on Titan, and he really takes the protagonist role for a long time. And now we've been starting to see the character progression, the character development of Armin. And listen, if there's got to be one thing that is so satisfying and that is so great from the past 5-10 chapters, it's the progression of my boy Armin. This is the one thing that I fucking love. Yo, the boy Tails has become Sonic, bro. This shit is sick. My boy Armin has become the protagonist of the whole series. Like I said, there was a prediction in the Attack on Titan series when my boy Aaron said, "Hey, Armin, you're gonna save the world, bro," and that's what's starting to happen now. Like I said, Aaron's not dead. Don't think Aaron is dead, but Armin has had his moment, and it's gonna be sick. And I think Armin's safe. I think Armin is gonna live, man. I think Armin and Annie are gonna live. But man, that's something that has definitely been satisfying for the entirety of the series. That is something I've been very happy with, for sure. Yeah, man, crazy shit. Crazy stuff. Slowly but surely, all the stories of all these characters are starting to be closed. Are we done with Gabby and Falco? No, I think they're safe to live. I hope. Maybe. I don't know. There's... Gabby, man. Gabby's still a sniper. She's still got her fucking Barrett 50 cal with her, man. You saw her shooting shit last chapter, 137. You saw her sniping. Does she have another snipe left in her? Maybe she does. Who knows? But guys, the characters have been sick. Some of the character developments have been awesome. Some of them not so awesome. But man, I gotta tell you, that Armin shit was sick. So here's my prediction. Here's my prediction for what's going to happen next chapter. And can we talk about 139? Maybe a little bit. I don't know. 139's up in the air. Everything's up in the air, really. No one knows what's going to happen next in Attack on Titan, but 138, right? 138 is the big Eren moment. 138 is the big Eren moment. We're going to see how he survived, because he did survive. We're going to see if he'd used Warhammer Titan to hide his body somewhere, if he's stuck in a crystallized shell, some shit like that. If he's actually inside the head of his new Founder Titan form. 138 is going to be the big Eren reveal. We're going to find out where this dude actually is and what's going down with him and what he thinks. He's going to spit some dialogue. He's going to answer questions that everybody has in the series and us outside of the series. He's going to answer everybody's questions. Not all of the questions, no, but he's going to answer some of the major questions. I think he's going to have the Eren Armin moment. I think that's going to be something that happens for sure. And the Eren Mikasa moment is going to happen. That is all going to happen in 138. I hope. I really do hope. But that's what I think. That's what I think is going to happen. They're still going to try and kill my boy Eren. Is it going to work? No. I do think at the end of all this, Eren either dies with Mikasa or he lives. Because let's remember, my boy Eren knows everything that's going to happen. This dude knows the future. Did people forget that? Is that why people are saying, hey, Eren's dead? I don't know. I don't know what people are thinking, but Eren is alive. And we're going to have his Eren Armin and Eren Mikasa moments next chapter for sure. And then after that, man, it's all a matter of who lives and who dies. Because the epilogue is literally just going to be an epilogue. I think at the end of 138, maybe we see Historia and her child and what's going on with there. We get a confirmation maybe if there is reincarnation in place or what's going on, some shit like that. But 138 or 139, up in the air. No idea. No idea what could happen in 139. Let me know down below. What are your predictions for 139 after all of this? The epilogue. Are we going to see like 100 years in the future or some shit like that? I think if you really want to talk about 138, then you got to realize that it's probably going to end with, you know, either a long time skip, some like Demon Slayer type shit where we're like, you know, hundreds and thousands of years down the roads and Titans no longer exist. That's the path we're going towards. You know, they hinted at reincarnation and, you know, all that stuff in this chapter. That's definitely what I see happening in 139 for sure. But I just want to see how this segment of the history goes down. I want to see what happens in 138, man. 138's the big chapter. 138 is the big chapter. Take the day off, man. You deserve it. What is it? March 4th, I think. Take the day off. Read that shit when it comes out and be ready because, you know, we might get some bad stuff, but I think we're going to get a really good chapter and a really good ending. I'm holding hope. I'm holding faith. I think this is going to be great. Attack on Titan's been great, and it's going to end great. Guys, that's the video. Let me know down below all your thoughts, all your theories about what's going down in Attack on Titan. What do you think is going to happen in 138, and what do you think is going to happen in 139? let me know. We don't have that many more chapters, and people are worried. And rightly so. Rightly so, for sure, especially after this chapter. Imagine Eren is dead. Yeah, if Eren is dead, that's... I hope he's not dead. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.